from them?
It's a piece of lava.
No, that hasn't come through there, surely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. That'd be nice.
It's a long term, it's 15 weeks, and nights close in, it gets cold, and you get bad weather. Kids have just had enough, and the end of this term is when it shows. And if you have your big problems where you have to actually suspend or even expel in the end, it happens this term.
The next hiccup is the surprising news that Lee Tilley, a new teacher from New Zealand, must sit GCSE Maths if the authorities are to recognise her.
What's wrong? You're going to do Binter's lines, and Binter's going to take over your role.
I can't remember hers.
She's here to teach English and drama and already has the equivalent maths qualification in New Zealand.
OK, so you want to do that part again?
Yeah, right.
What I've got to ask you now, does that satisfy you?
Well, I mean, it's an insult to have to take the maths again when I've already sat the equivalent in New Zealand. And, I'm already a qualified and trained teacher, but...
The sick thing is, she could go and teach in a private school, earn more, have better facilities, and, OK, she wouldn't get qualified status, but she could spend her whole life in the private sector, and no one seems to give a damn about that.
Then there's a call to the playground, where a black car has been practising handbrake turns among the children. It disappears, only to return minutes later.
This is private property, and you're not allowed on it, you're trespassing. Yes, but you can't, you see, and he knows that, and I'll be having a word with him about that right now. Would you please go back that way? And can I ask you to drive more carefully, because there are lots of children around.
I saw that.
It's OK. Can I see you two gentlemen, please? What a way to start the year.
Yeah, no, it starts with the lift, that's all it was.
Well, it started the year by driving around the playground, did it?
Yeah, I didn't ask him to do that.
You didn't ask him to do that, so you were kidnapped. I see.
Yeah, I was kidnapped.
Well, you go and kidnap yourselves up to my office. We'll start the year with a little conversation. He's young and he's showing off. If you want to die, die somewhere else and not round here, and preferably not in uniform, right?
The first day back is never an easy one. It's as difficult for the staff as it is for the new first years.
Welcome. Ought to be the first word. Welcome to Park High School. Now you're here for keeps. 4 years. 4 years hard labour. Congratulations on joining the best school in the area, if not the best school in the country.
What went through your mind when you first opened your eyes this morning? What was your reaction? Isn't it early?
Bullying takes place in every single school. You will be bullied, probably, on the odd occasion in your life. I found out last term that somebody in this school was actually going up to young pupils and asking them for money. Now, when we found that out, the person doing it no longer came to Park High School.
There's an element of acting, isn't it? It's like standing in the wings and the music pauses and you think, right, I'm on.
Very busy, very stressful, and I'd sooner be on holiday, to be quite honest.
If you get into trouble with me, I will say to you, why take on a fight you cannot win? If you go out of your way to be awkward or a nuisance or to take us on, you'll lose.
Park High educates pupils with a wide range of abilities. Deputy Head John Rumble has one class where at least 3 pupils are dyslexic and some others have learning difficulties. He wants to introduce a special needs support teacher into his class to help those less able pupils.
Thanks very much, OK.
But he knows it's a sensitive situation which could cause offence and alienation. He meets with 2 special needs teachers to discuss the problem.
What I was thinking of is to actually making a lesson of special needs, so to speak.
I think that one of the problems that we have got in this group is that there are people who don't want to be labelled, and particularly perhaps with dyslexics. We've got somebody in the school who we can't use that word with. She knows she's got problems and she'll accept that, but she won't necessarily accept the word dyslexic. So maybe it's worth looking at labels there.
What I thought is that I would, say, take my glasses off, act the fool a bit, bump into the desk or something and say to them, well, you can see what my need is, can't you? Let them know that we all have special needs in that way. Why women find it more difficult to back cars, for instance. It's a fact. It's a fact, isn't it?
You know, this is a fact.
It's
a point of debate.
Because they have a different... Yes, it's a spatial awareness is different, isn't it?
Yes.
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. However, I may run into difficulties here.
I think you ought to
OK, I better leave that one out altogether then.
Leave that out. Looking at the sort of girls that are in that group, I think you should leave that out.
Oh, I see.
The school is fortunate. Most pupils are well behaved and discipline is tight. But in any school of nearly